What's going on, YouTube? This is your melanated warrior, Hey Ruhanus, and this is another installment of Facts Over Feelings. Leave your feelings at the door so we can get to the facts, and we are right back at it. Excuse the lighting and all that different stuff. Is, you already know what I do, in my space. I got my babies everywhere and all of that different stuff. So it is what it is. And I want to kind of start this off as we always do, which is sending out that good energy and those good vibes to you melanated gods and goddesses. And I hope that you're doing well. And I really am thankful and appreciative of the support that you've been showing this platform and your concern for that matter. I've even had people go to the extent of saying I'm contrasting the video that you just dropped from the other videos that you've laid, and I've noticed some slight differences. Is this Heru? This is Heru. There is no other Heru. Trust me. So we right back at it, and we're going to get into it because we have an explosive segment, and we're just going to get right into it. So I want to start it off by saying I was extremely ecstatic that he got acquitted on all charges, because hopefully that's a reminder to you guys that this is not our fight. That's not our fight. And I always tell you, when it's canine on canine crime, let the fur fall where it may. That is no, in the so-called self-proclaimed new black media, they were like, oh yeah, but he intended to kill black people. But he didn't. If someone was trying to kill me and brought a knife and ended up falling on that knife that they were trying to kill me with and ended up killing themselves, that's called divine justice. The chickens have come home to roost. And it's so crazy that, ironically enough, these are the same people that quote Malcolm X. And remember when John F. Kennedy was assassinated? I mean, the nation was in mourning. You had even a lot of black people mourning this president, right? And then they interviewed Malcolm X, and what did they say? It was like, well, how do you feel about the assassination of John F. Kennedy? He said, well, the chickens came home to roost. And he was silenced by his organization. But you get what I'm saying? It's like he didn't get caught up in canine on canine crime. It just didn't apply to him. What he was concerned with was the plight of black people. And that's exactly what we should be concerned with. Okay, we don't do canine on canine crime. And I'm going to say that all throughout the segment just to remind you where the fight is at. And to remind ourselves that we must remain disciplined at all times. Okay, so this is what we have. See, from that, let's go a little bit deeper too. Because what they say is they like, oh, well, yeah, if it was a Blanco, this wouldn't happen, that wouldn't happen. Like they don't take action against themselves. Like they don't commit these heinous acts against themselves. No pun intended. The reality of it is that they do. All right. What they do is marginalize their history by compartmentalizing it to shrouding it in mystery, and then what you're looking at is you start to look at what you think that you see. Oh, they have this strong sense of collectivism. They have unity. No, they don't. If they had unity, they wouldn't have had a Revolutionary War. If they had unity, they wouldn't have had a Civil War. If they had unity, they wouldn't have had World War I and World War II, and then possibly breaching the doorsteps of World War III. See, that's where you lost at, because even though they share a genetic disposition, okay, what's even more egregious to them is if they are not ideologically aligned. That could cause a war. If you are ideologically misaligned with, and if you're of the same persuasion and you're Blancos and you're ideologically misaligned, what will happen is they'll get rid of you. They'll get rid of you because they understand that when you're looking at things through the lens of nature, that either you're with the agenda or you're not. Because, see, I don't look at things through political constructs. Remember those arguments, oh, we're not black. Remember, I look at black as an energy source, not as a political construct, not as what identifies a race, but an energy. Because in physics, black absorbs the sunlight. And that sunlight is converted through energy. We all know this through solar panels. Okay? We are people who absorb the sun, and we use the melanin in order to do it. That is our medium of expression. Okay, and so this is what you have to understand. Do not get involved in canine on canine crime. Let the fur fall where it may. Okay, I'm not concerned about that whatsoever. What I'm concerned about is these black babies and these black men and black women dying. That's what I'm concerned about. Okay, that's the only thing that I'm concerned about. All right, now what you have to understand is when you align yourself with the spiritual struggle, then you realize that what will happen is that that's the feedback that you will get. When you start to make arguments under the umbrella of political constructs, then all of a sudden that's the argument that you get. Oh, black on black crime and this and welfare and all of this different crap. Then you arguing with Blancos for days. You arguing with your own people for days. But when you're looking at things through the lens of nature, you understand that this is a war on melanin beings. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And I'm about to bring the receipts. Because it's so crazy. A lot of the stuff that we say, people throw it out there as, oh, you're conspiracy buffs or you're this, that, and the other. No, we're gonna go right into the data. We're gonna go right into the receipts, because I found this to be something that we touched on in these meetings that I go to. Because as of recently, since I moved and I moved back into town, because I lost my house. Y'all knew that was that was unfortunate, but as long as I didn't lose this house, I'm good. But I start meeting with these brothers who black fathers. We have these meetings twice a month. And I mean, it's just powerful. It's just, a phenomenal experience to see these black men who are concerned about relationships between other black men and black women and their children, and are truly concerned. And I mean, it's just been great, because one thing that it does, obviously, is challenge a narrative, but we know that it can only go so far, because we know what the establishment of the system takes pride in, is to making sure that we have no value on ourselves. We have no value for the godlike molecule melanin that we contain, and we have no value for each other and our families and our communities and etc. So controlling our image is something that we just don't have the luxury of doing at this time on on the mass scale. But what we can do is take these small steps, by, using our platforms to show that we love each other, not concentrating on the individuals who are wayward, the individuals who are frauds, something like what Taharka Bey does. You go, oh yeah, I'm exposing the frauds. Fuck, nigga, get a new job. There's always going to be frauds. There's always for every market, there's always going to be a black market. If they, when you erect, a business, expect that there's going to be somebody waiting to be fraudulent. That's just hands down. Why are we concentrating on that crap? You see what I'm saying? So I'm here to tell you, like I said again, and I'm going to emphasize this, I was ecstatic that Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted on all charges, just to let you know that there are two Americas, and then to put emphasis back on the real war, which is on melanin beings. Get away from all that, because the real dangers to our people are the Tariq Nasheeds, the Dr. Umar Johnsons, the Taharka Bays, people who center their energy on garbage and not understanding that time is of the essence. Your boy Haywood Hain is back, and I don't care who like it or not. I don't care who likes it or not. These niggas couldn't hold a candle to the sun. Okay? I'm going to let you know that. So I'm here to show you the receipts, and I'm going to show you how when you're spiritually aligned, people know what you are. Exactly what you are. So I'm going to show you the evidence. We're going to get right into it. Now, I want you to take a look at that. If I could put that in there. Okay? His name is Spiritual Soul Gazer. I don't know how you can you have no spirit and you have no soul. So I don't know why he called himself Spiritual Soul Gazer, but let's just take a look at what he said. He said, fuck you here. You deserve, I don't know, so, obviously he can't, he was so angry that he didn't even care if he made sense. Fuck you here. You deserve to die. I will kill all you niggers, 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 by changing your DNA just like you did with mine! Exclamation mark. Then you won't be able to go to heaven. You deserve to go to hell. Now this is profound, because this will bleed into why I'm telling you that this is about the artificial matrix versus the natural matrix. This is the war. Has nothing to do with the so-called quote-unquote self-proclaimed new black media telling you that it has this, with this and that, and how we could change this, and how black people are looking bad. You can't never look good to them. You ain't gonna never be wholesome to them. You ain't gonna never be upright and upstanding to them. You ain't never gonna be morally correct to an immoral system. Alright? I am a revolutionary. And I'm gonna be saying that periodically through this segment too as well. And I want you guys to know that you are powerful. You are power. Let me say this again. You are powerful. You are power. And since Haywood Haynes has always been a strong advocate of those who are powerful, and since Haywood Haynes has always said that he is truth, can you give me the opportunity to speak truth to power? Check. Okay, let's go. Now, what I want to say is this. When you understand what the war is about, and understand that these blancos will take measures against themselves when they are ideologically misaligned with one another, okay, then you know that the war is real. Because, like we said, we go to the Civil War, we go to the Revolutionary War, we go to World War I, we go to World War II, all to show that if this Blanco was unified, or as, had a strong sense of collectivism as he propagates, then these things would have never occurred in the first place. He blew his own president's brain out. Matter of fact, Joe Biden, just like every other president, had the opportunity, more or less, to do what they needed to do to get the truth out there about the Kennedy assassination. What they do, they back it up. That's Blanco on Blanco crime. Now, it is what it is, but me, like I said before, I don't concern myself with canine on canine crime. Let the fur fall where it may. Okay? But it's just going to show you, and even after, like we said again, after World War II, they instituted the Marshall Plan. Hundreds of millions of dollars to rebuild Europe after they bombed each other to smithereens. You see what I'm saying? Millions of dollars to rebuild America after the Civil War. You see? So they will cancel each other out in order to ensure that the energy flows with the agenda, that it is aligned with the agenda. Okay? And that's what you need to understand. So when we're talking about these things, it was interesting. In the meeting that I was telling you that, when I go to these bi-weekly meetings, meet up with these brothers, we had, talked about the so-called, the you digs, right? And they, even though it was a couple of brothers there who had actually gotten it, they were not comfortable with their children getting it, and for all the right reasons, right? Now, the thing is that we had, we did a vote on it, and we talked about it. We went, had an extensive conversation about it. And what was interesting was what I told them. I said that and this is what we got to understand. Now people say, well, we took a look at the Tuskegee experience. We took a look at all of these different things. And we said, well, how can these individuals, how can we trust them if they did that? No, what you need to understand, this is powerful. Like I said, let me speak truth to power. When you understand that you are worth more dead than alive, when you can understand that you are worth more dead than alive, then you will understand what this war is about. You think I ain't got receipts? You see, because if I was just here to sit up and mumble off some stuff, and then you had these blancos sit up here and come and riddle this channel with, oh, well, yeah, you're talking, where are your receipts, and where da. Okay, let's go to one. Let's go to one. Okay, let's get up in there. Let's get it up in there. Let's get up in there. You read that, take a snapshot, pause the segment if you got to. I'll let you know, and then we're going to go into it. Los Angeles Times. Is that familiar to anybody? Is that a black organization, black news organization? No, it's not. Published on October 13th, 2019, 3 a.m. I'm giving you even the time they put it out there. Okay? Down to the minute. All right? What's the title? And it's in the business section. Just to let you know it's a business. In the rush to harvest body parts, death investigations have been upended. Let's read. So what we're going to do, we're going to go a little bit down into this article, and it's talking about a death investigation, of a female, and why, there was some, discrepancies that obviously me and you could have never gotten away with. All right, because we're not a part of the system. Okay, let's read. She was so emaciated and frail that the hospital asked Los Angeles County Adult Protective Services official, to look into her death. Yet by the time a coroner's investigator was able to examine Jindy's 70-pound body, the bones from her legs and arms were gone. Also missing were large patches of skin from her back. With permission from county officials and saying they did not know of the abuse allegations, employees from One Legacy, now we say employees, not bosses, not anything, employees from One Legacy, a Southern California human tissue procurement company. Once again, let me say this over again, because see, a lot of times people say I speed read or I need to slow it down. We're going to slow this down so you understand exactly what you are facing. One Legacy, a Southern California human tissue procurement company, had gained access to the body, taking parts that would have provided crucial evidence. Now, pause. If we had walked upon an investigation, we seen a crime scene, and we seen the body laying there, and we seen the murder weapon laying next to it, could we pick up the clothes? Could we take the shoes off the body? Could we take the shirt off the body? Could we take the murder weapon and just leave home with it because maybe we want an extra gun or an extra knife in our kitchen cabinets or kitchen drawers? We can do that, could we? But they can do it because this is a part of a system. Coroner officials said police did not inform them of the possible abuse complaints until 10 days after Jindy died. Somebody send this to Jelani Day Mama. And so she could stop wondering, God bless her soul, why they had halted the investigation, why they were slow on giving her information, processing it. You want to go to the FBI? FBI ain't got no power over these companies. Let me show you why. Let's continue to keep reading. In a handful of states, the laws go even further, giving the companies the power to force coroners to delay autopsies until they have harvested the body parts. Let me get away from the camera right quick. Do I be dropping? This is store shit. I'm dropping hammers on y'all. They have the power, superseding the power of law enforcement, to take your body parts. They give a hell about the investigation. And why is that? Let's continue to keep reading. Although the companies have emphasized organ transplants, in far more cases nationwide, they harvested skin, bone, fat, ligaments, and other tissues that are generally not used for life-threatening conditions. Those body parts fuel a booming industrial biotech market in which a half teaspoon of ground up human skin is priced at $434. Now I'm paused. I know I'm putting a hammer. I'm killing you niggas. No, matter of fact, check. They killing you niggas. So this is what you have to understand. Let's go back and let's recap on some fundamental principles of chemistry. Now, what you have to understand is that when you take a look at the periodic table of elements, what have we already discussed? When you look at carbon, carbon is only Latin for coal. Coal is decomposed plants. Now, one, we're not going to get these blancos to try to, inform us on why we have decomposed plants in our skin. So they're never going to tell us that. But two, you have to understand is that it was the Blanco that called what? Carbon the king of elements. I encourage you to Google king of elements. Carbon will pop up. That's not a nickname black people gave it. Most of y'all are not even interested in chemistry. So you know it's not a nickname we gave it. So what you understand is what? Hidden in plain sight is you have gold and silver, copper, all this in the periodic table of elements. Okay? But what you have to understand is they call carbon the king of elements. And what do we know? Go research right now what an ounce of gold is going for. A half a teaspoon of skin, which we know is melanin, is going for $434. And how do we know it's melanin? Let's continue to read. That product is one of those used in cosmetic surgery to plump lips. Who knew their lips plumps? I look in the mirror every day. These lips ain't going, I don't need my lips plump. Sisters love these lips, so hey, it is what it is. We know who need their lips plump. And posteriors, they ass. Now, you got sisters participating in this because they lost in their own sauce and stuff, and their own culture, and not understanding that, since you blessed with melanin, you should be able to work on that and attain that goal a lot faster than your counterpart. But, you've been conditioned by society to get it in this way. All right, fueling this industry even more. Okay? Feel cellulite dimples and enhanced penises. Now, I feel sorry. Now, I really don't, because it's not mine. I mean, for all you melanated gods out there who, you can't be a melanated god if, I don't know, maybe you can be. But, if you start within self, you should be well endowed. And so I'm speaking for myself in this instance because I can't speak for anybody else. But if you're suffering in that area, I really do feel sorry for you. But we know the group of people and groups of people who are suffering in that area and don't have that. So in order to enhance the penis, you know for a fact that they're taking your chemical makeup and using it in order to do it. It says at the end of it, a single body can supply raw materials for products that sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Remember what we said about reading? If you can't understand what you have read, then you cannot read. Notice what it said. A single body can supply raw materials for products that sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, can you afford these products for hundreds of thousands of dollars? Who are these products being sold to? To enhance penises, to get full lips. So, like I said before, these artificial constructs, all right, that are put together, and we end up giving them a lot of validity and truth, because we think that what we see is real. So most of these guys, black men in particular, have this attraction to the Blanco woman, thinking as if, oh, okay, she's naturally, bringing herself into that mode where she can be attractive. No, it's all artificial. Like I told you, this is a war between the artificial matrix and the natural matrix, and those who are in power know this. So when people sit up there and say, oh, well, yeah, if we make these changes, we get reparations, how can the whole system is built off you? Remember what we said when we talked about Morpheus and what he presented to Neo and said, what is it all about? And he showed him a Duracell battery. He said, you are the power to that artificial matrix. Why would I give you anything when you have the power? I have to draw the power from you. They are going to kill you, annihilate you, force you to the edges of extinction before you get it. And as I said before, that's why you should not concern yourself with canine on canine crime. Let the fur fall where it may. So this is what's extremely important. And they don't know this. So like I said, when you hear stories like Jelani Day, or, excuse me if I'm not saying his name right, and what his mother's going, because it's hard for me to internalize a lot of what is going on, because I know the end game. I see what's going on. I'm providing you with the evidence. They call it the biotech industry, cosmetic industry, but you know what it is. So when they come out and say, oh yeah, we got it from these sources, they let you know where they got it from. It's going for $434 for a half a teaspoon. What does an ounce of gold go for? Do I have to tell you again that I know without a shadow of a doubt that carbon is the king of elements? These Blancos can't tell me nothing. I told y'all before, ain't no such thing as a Blanco scientist. Your body has all the resources. So think about this. If the Blanco science was so powerful, if it was so advanced, why is he using your body to advance his science? Why ain't he just in there artificially creating it? Reverse engineering it. No, he's getting yours. And you think that these niggas is running around here? Yeah, they niggering because somebody offered them $10,000, $20,000 to off you. They'll take it. And you think that they random crimes. So it's a combination of us participating in our own extinction and the concerted effort of the system annihilating us, because they know that they want to supplant the natural matrix with the artificial one. And the sun people are going for it, hook, line, and sinker. But not Heru, because I am a revolutionary. And you must say it and believe it with every fiber of your being. As I said, can I speak truth to power? And it is all about the revolution. And remember what I told you before, don't ask what the revolution can do for you, ask what you can do for the revolution. They can't handle me. All these frauds out here. I don't care that they got a huge following. I don't care whether or not you like what I say. But one thing I won't do is I won't get involved on canine crime. I'll let the fur fall where it may. See, you think this is a war that is centered around this. No. They want what you have. And they will get it. They will continue to keep getting it, because you will still think that is just, a part of, what's all set up. Oh, yeah, black people don't care about black people and this, that, and the other, and what we need to do, and we need to get reparations. The hell with their money. I don't want a damn dime from them. Keep your money. You can't give me nothing. You can't give me nothing to substitute what you have done from what you have done to my ancestors. Can't give me a damn dime. I don't want it. You know what I want? You know what I want? Y'all already know what I want. Most High gonna give it to me too. It's only one Heru. So I know a lot of y'all, like I said, y'all been concerned. Is this Heru? Trust me, they can't take my energy. You don't know who sent me. You can't take my energy. And there's nothing that you can give me. Judgment is here. God's people have always been here. But God's warriors are back. The vanguards are back. Okay, so let's stop getting caught up in this. Oh, if he was a Blanco, this wouldn't happen. No. If they are not ideologically aligned, they will suffer the same fate as you. Because the ones in control know that this is the artificial matrix that they have constructed versus the natural matrix. It's getting too warm on the planet. Oh, you're going to see warm. You're going to see heat. You're going to see heat. And see, that's why I said before, when we take a look at some of the things that have happened to our brothers and sisters and stuff, and I know I've heard some from the so-called, quote unquote, like I said again, self-proclaimed black news media about, oh yeah, rappers who've been shot, or they were sitting up there peddling that garbage to our people. Yeah, that's not helpful. We know that. But what you have to understand is, it's sad that he was not able to come to his awakening. Because you can't tell me, now he was 36 years of age, but you can't tell me, once again, 36 years of age. So, they waited. They could have killed him anytime. But they wanted to kill him on that ritualistic number. But again, I digress because it's not about that. The fact of the matter is that, you know, if he did or had any inkling to pursue a life of self-awareness and to heighten his spiritual awareness, you know, he was cut down short before he had that, you know, the ability to do so. And that's what I hate, because I wasn't always this stout. You know, I always prided myself on intelligence, but, you know, it's plenty of opportunities to really take advantage of my, you know, my position, you know, and I didn't do it. You know, or to take advantage of the opportunities that the Most High presented to me, then I didn't do it. And I didn't push, you know, use the willpower in order to make it happen or to make it a reality. But now that's totally different. You see what I'm saying? And I'm 41 now. You see? So you got to think, I could have been cut short any time. But the Most High said, no. Heru has to be used. So like I said before, that's why now I'm going on my 40-day, I'm in the midst of my 40-day, 40-night fast. Okay, liquid fast. And your boy Heru ain't no joke with it. So, you know, and like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this, but it's crazy. It's like, remember I told you this the God complex that they have too as well, because they'll set up this whole food shortage. Your food is garbage. We ain't doing better. We probably do better without your food. With your food, you have blacks at the height of hypertension, osteoporosis, diabetes. Tell me how this helps. Dumb niggas who sitting up there running, oh yeah, it's going, go get your food and go get the non-perishable, do what you can. You understand what I'm saying? But you feel some type of way because you're like, how am I survive? How are you surviving with it? Honestly, evaluate your life. Is your health at top peak? Are you have chronic illnesses? Because their food is fucking garbage. His lifestyle is garbage. Okay? His judicial system is garbage. His science is garbage. There is no such thing as a Blanco scientist. You should know that by now. Oh, all I've been doing is conversing with higher energy. I'm letting y'all know. Stop letting people put you down the wrong path, talking garbage. When they don't understand what the war is really all about, getting all mad, talking about what Kyle Rittenhouse did or didn't do. Stay away from the canine on canine crime. Let the fur fall where it may. I don't care about none of that. On this planet, this is my planet. So-called planet. This is my earth. This is my mother. You got to go. Because I am a revolutionary. FOF squad.